Glitchy1245 back again in another video. As you can tell, a buddy of mine's clearly trashed his truck because it's clearly everything but dead. But anyway, today's stream, X's, politics, and GTA. I came up with this idea there last night around like 3 a.m. Didn't get to bed till about like 10 this morning-ish. So. But anyway. Main topic, X's. And politics, probably. Who knows? But try something different, see how it goes. I'll probably take a lot of heat for it, but you never know. And let's try to kill this guy already.
Let me hit this ramp. Just hit the back of me. Straight up crash. Oh no, now you have to feed me. Oh, hold on, you'll make it.
That didn't work.
Oh.
But anyway, let's start off this video right. And first by saying, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, participate in chat, leave a comment, etc., or whatever. Alright, let's start this video off with some stories about some exes, eh? Not just any exes either. Mine in particular. And a couple of and probably my friend, or friends, whoever want to say anything. My bike.
Damn. Okay.
But anyway.
Love you.
First, the whole reason I'm doing a video on X's and politics. One, I just want to get my opinion out there about what I think some things should be and about dating and stuff, and whatever you do, don't listen to me at all about it, because 90% of what I say is probably BS to begin with, so. But anyway, the biggest thing I've noticed when it comes to dating is nice guys do finish last. I do believe that 100%.
Definitely.
Because you can treat a girl with respect, treat them with love, everything, and they do not care about it in the end. All they want is your wiener and a kid. That's about all.
They are bossy.
Yeah, and they're very bossy. I get it. Women usually have more control than men. Yes, I get this. Sometimes. But then you got the really clingy and bossy ones that are just wanting you to do whatever they want, whenever they want, not give you the time of day to talk about it. And they just want you to be basically their little servant to them. I'm sorry, but that's the other way. That's not how it works, in my opinion. In my opinion, when it comes to relationships, it should be 50-50. Either way. I'm actually on my third one, kind of. With a girl that I met I met her on here anyway. So far, she's really nice and stuff, but man, has any of y'all guys ever noticed whenever your girl hits her time in a month, where it really goes from okay and lovey-dovey to straight up bossy, rude, and absolutely
That's
mean.
what I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong. I don't mind it. I'll deal with it. But some days, man, it just don't end. At all. But I'm going to tell you all an interesting story about a girl that I dated online. I'm not going to give names, not going to give places where she was from and whatnot. I'm just going to say I met her online, alright? I met her on a dating app online. Well, I met this girl, and it was last year. I met her in June. It was a week out from her birthday. She was like 17, and she was turning an 18 a week later. So we were friends, and and whatnot. And she wanted to date and whatnot, and I told her no, I'm not dating her till she's 18. Well, she would not shut up that entire week until I finally said yes. So whenever she turned 18, I was like, yeah, okay, fine, yeah, we can date and whatnot. So we did. First couple weeks weren't too bad. They were fun and everything was going alright. But then I started seeing patterns. About the third week, just stuff wasn't adding up. I was with her for 4.5 months. And right about the end of the first month, on the 1 month anniversary, and let me stop right there on the 1 month anniversary. I know I'll probably take some heat for this one, but that 1 month anniversary really don't mean anything. To me, technically, it don't mean a thing. It just means, hey, you finally successfully to get to the break point. The break point, in my opinion, in dating, is the first month. Is your first month to 3 months to being together. That's the break point. That's when you really start beginning to wonder, can I stand this person? Can I actually want to be with them? That's when you start realizing whether or not it's actually going to work. But anyway, it was going alright, and she started saying how, I don't want to be together, let's break up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why? She's like, I don't know. She just started making up excuses. Well, them excuses didn't go, so I said, okay, well, fine. Not even an hour later, she's texting me, he's like, I want to get back together. And I'm like, what the? You just said you wanted to break up. She's like, yeah, but then I realized I can't be without you, blah, blah, blah. So I got back together with her. So we get back together, and everything's going alright and stuff. And she starts making up stories about kids. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to get with a girl, especially if you're going to date one online, check their story, make sure they're not lying. I asked her, when she started telling me stories about kids and whatnot, I was like, alright, well, if you got kids, then you ought to be able to prove it. Well, long story short, she didn't. She kept saying, oh, they don't want their pictures taken, blah, blah, blah. And then after I found out she had a kid, that she claimed to have a kid, I was like, she told me not even 4 days later that the kid had cancer or whatever and died. And as she's telling me this, it's going through my mind. You have a kid for like 5 years or whatever, and they're and then all of a sudden they're dead. What kind of sense does that make? All right, that didn't make sense. Then she's come up like, I want to adopt, and I was like, okay. So she adopts. She says she adopted like 4 kids or whatever, and she was playing the story so freaking well, any fool could believe it. A man that had brains could believe it. That's how well it was being played and told. So I asked her, I was like, okay, if you got these kids or whatever, why don't you prove it? Send a picture or blah, blah, blah. Well, she said, oh, they don't want their pictures taken. They don't want that, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what kind of kid don't want their picture being taken? You're the parent, not them. And, well, whatever, so I rolled along with it. By the 3rd month, things started going really weird. She started telling me stories. It seemed to be just about every week in the 3rd month, she was saying how she had gotten raped or whatever in her sleep. Her cousin broke into her house and whatever and screwed her or whatever. Nothing was making sense. Nothing was adding up. Nothing added up with her story at all. But I played along with it, see how long it'd go. Then it started coming down to she was starting to make mistakes and slipping up. And I started seeing through the BS that everything she was saying was a bunch of lies. And I told her, I was like, you know something? Everything that you've been telling me for the last 3.5 months is nothing but bald-faced lies. She's like, no, it's all true. I was like, okay, then how come you're telling me you have kids and then all of a sudden you don't? That just don't happen overnight. Well, so I kept going on with it and blah, 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 blah. Then the one night she really got bad, claimed she was going to take her life or whatever. So, I told her that night, when she was talking about that, I was like, no, shut up and listen. You have been lying to me. You can't tell me you ain't because I can see the pattern. So, she told me everything was a lie. She made up people. She made up fake names, everything. Got me to believe it all. And then I started thinking that this girl was playing me mostly because she was retarded and just wanted to be an absolute idiot about things. And let me put it this way. I was never rude to the girl. Never treated her wrong. She played me like a fiddle for 4 months. 4 months I dealt with that. I treated her with respect, all the love in the world, and she treated me like trash. And people wonder why I don't date in person. 1, I don't trust people. 2, girls nowadays, especially ones my age, you cannot trust them. It seems like any girl nowadays that's around between the ages of 18 to 24 are all about themselves, and most of them are selfish. They're selfish brats. get out of my car. And they do not care about anyone else, they just care about themselves. But I broke it off with her when she wanted to break up again on that 3rd month anniversary, so I broke it off with her. She come back to me 3 days later. It's like, I want to get back together, blah, blah, blah. I swear I've changed, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I'll give you one chance. I'll get back together with you, and I'll give you one chance. 2 weeks later, she does the exact same thing. So that just goes to tell you how messed up people are in this world. They don't care about someone's feelings. They'd rather play them. They'd rather play with their feelings and screw them over than actually be true. If I'm dating someone, I want them to be true. I want them to actually be honest with me. If I'm being honest with someone, I will expect the same thing in return. I don't want treated like trash in the end because you don't like who I am. I'm not gonna change myself just for a girl. I'm not gonna change who I am. I'm not gonna change what I do. I'm not gonna change just because they don't like who I am. I was raised to treat girls with respect. I was raised to treat people with respect. The way I see it, if you don't treat me with respect and earn the respect from me, I'm going to treat you the way you should be treated. That's the way I see it. I see so many guys nowadays being treated like crap because of these girls who don't care. And it's absolutely retarded and stupid. And actually, my buddy Ghost that's in the party right now could agree with me on that. Because he knows.
Yep.
He knows the same thing I do because he's dealt with the exact same nonsense.
Exact same bullshit.
A guy can treat a girl with pure gold and royalty. And she turns around, backstabs him, cheats on him, sleeps with someone else, and then begs to get back with him and expect him to forget it all. I'm sorry, but if you are going to go behind my back, lie to me, and do a bunch of nonsense BS just because you don't think I'm going to find out, and then when I do, you expect me not to, just to forget about it, I'm sorry, but you can take your happy self and walk right out the door. And go back to that last guy you just screwed. Apparently, you liked him more than me. Now, see, with me, the one reason it's a little bit harder for me to get girls, or date anyway, mostly because people judge. They judge by how someone looks, not by personality. I got a fun personality, and I also got a temper. I'm not gonna deny that one. I got a temper some days. And when that happens, I usually just walk out the door or take a breather. But anyway, I left her and everything, and she didn't contact me, nothing. Oh, here's another thing. If you're with a girl, especially if you date one online, and and you catch them doing something, and you catch them up in a lie, and they start asking, and you post something on Snapchat about whatever, and you just, like, voicing your opinion about it or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, can I have your Snapchat? Can I have your Snapchat login? I want to post something on your page." I'm sorry, don't give them your info at all, because they're gonna text every person on your friends list and tell them to go f themselves. I did that one time with her. She said she wanted to post something on my Snap or whatever, so I did. 5 minutes later, I logged back in. This girl went through every contact I had, texted every single one of them and told them to go f themselves and not talk to me. That's where I ended it. That's where I cut the line. I told her she ain't ever getting back in my stuff again. I changed the password, everything. And she's texting me, but anyway, 3 weeks ago, I don't want a thing to do with you. I don't want to talk to you. And matter of fact, the way you spoke to me, you don't deserve to be with anyone. And that's what I told her. I was like, you don't deserve to be with anyone. The way you treated me was wrong. I'd be surprised if any guy would ever want to date you. You'll play him like an idiot. But, and she blocked me and stuff. Then, like 2 weeks ago, she did the exact same thing. And I finally told her, go off. And never text me again. And she wrote some stupid remark, and she's like, don't you love me? And I was like, no, I don't. I might know everything about you, but I most certainly do not love you. And she's like, well, you're rude, and I hate you. I was like, good. Blend in with the crowd. But it's pathetic with what girls are doing to guys. There's men who took their life because of a girl doing that. They legit take their own life because of that. Think about it. You got girls playing guys like a fiddle, playing with their hearts, playing with their minds, and absolutely using them. People say it's the guys using the women. Yeah, maybe 10% of the time. But there's some reverse psychology there, and 90% of the time, it's the women that do it. And that's not making me sound like I'm against women or anything. That's me saying the absolute truth, because a woman will not admit that. They want power. They want control. If they are dating a guy, they want everything he owns. If you get married to a girl, you better sign a prenup, or you're going to be losing everything you work for. Because that's what they do. Women take guys for their money. Not the other way around. Hey, how many guys have you ever seen take a woman for money? Not very many.
Nope.
What's up, G?
But it's really stupid the way girls are treating guys.
He's doing live stream.
Yeah, I'm streaming right now.
My bad, bro.
But
Hey, Black Op, I'm gonna hop off, dude. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
alright.
Later.
But I actually know a couple people who's dealt with girls who are psychotic. Besides me, I've dealt with people who've done that and dealt with it. My buddy who just left dealt with it.
Oh,
He knows people who's took their life because of a girl using a guy. They'll use men. But yet we always
Is Bill talking?
Huh? don't know if he is or not. But like what I was saying, when it comes to girls and stuff,
bro, don't even get me started, bro. Stop playing, bro.
Oh, please throw your 2 cents into it. That's the stream, bud. X's Politics and GTA. That's the name of the stream. Please throw your 2 cents in. Oh, and you want to know something else that's really stupid that I've come to learn about girls?
What?
They could care less about how much love you give them. You give them all the love in the world. You know what they're really wanting to dig into? Your money. They want to drain you dry. I'm sorry, but whoever I decide to marry in life, you're never getting a dime of my money. I don't care who you are. I don't care who your father is. You're not going to get a dime. I will make you stay broke all your life before you get a dime of my money. I know better than to get married without a prenup. I'm going to have like 4 of them, so that way I know for sure I'm not going to be broke. Men work their lives to build up for things. Then they get married to a girl who claims to love them, claims to be just all lovey-dovey and just wanting to be with them. They find out 10 years later they're wanting a divorce and take everything they own. I'm 22 years old, and the one reason I'm not married is because of that reason. That's the one reason I've never dated in real life. Because I know what's going to happen. I prefer internet dating, to be honest, because at least the girls ain't going to slide. At least with internet dating, it ain't like they're going to slide up under the sheets and cut your nuts off while you're sleeping. But it's stupid with what happens. There's nothing that can be done about it unless people start realizing the facts behind everything. Because if they don't, they're going to wind up in the exact same situation that me and many other people has been in. I know a lot of people's going to say I'm wrong about all what I'm saying, but look at the facts. The whole reason that there's no real trust in this world anymore is because people are ruining it. There's no real commitment. There's no real trust. There's no real love in anything. It's all fake. It's almost like Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. It's all fake. I mean, think about this. Hillary and Bill Clinton. You know the one thing they're most common for? Getting little young cleaning lady girls into their bed and screwing them and paying them 5 figures to keep their mouth shut. That's where things are really messed up. And people wonder why I'm the way I am. Go figure. Trust in relationships is one big thing that needs to be in a relationship. If you're going to be in a relationship, there has to be trust, there has to be honesty, and there has to be respect. And there has to be loyalty. Like for me, right now with it being winter time and cold and wet, really not much going on, so I got time to spend and be with a girl. Spring and summer kick in, I'm working. I'm busy all the time. That's the one other problem that I've noticed with girls I've dated. Whenever I'm trying to work and stuff, they're constantly blowing up the phone because they want you ASAP. They want to talk. They want to do this. They want to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, can't you shut up for 30 seconds and leave me alone? Well, not 30 seconds, 30 minutes at least. An hour would be wonderful. It seems like every time I told a girl that, they're like, you don't love me. And that's when I just sit and that's when I just start laughing. That's when I laugh at them. And I'm like, I don't love you, okay. I'm working, you're not. You're lazy. Oh, how about this? If you're talking to a girl and you ask her what's she doing, and she's like, oh, nothing, I'm just being lazy, laying around and not doing anything today. And then you just be like, and then you say something jokingly a week later and be like, so what, you being lazy today or something? Just being joking. Just being joking about it. I said that to my ex, and she's like, you just call me lazy. You're rude, and I hate you. And I straight up said, you just called yourself lazy like 2 days ago, and now you're saying I said it hateful just because I said you're lazy? That's what kind of pathetic way was you raised to not even take a joke? It's stupid. It's honestly stupid with what goes on in this world. Alright, enough of X number 1. Time to move to X2. X number 2 I met on PlayStation. 28 years old. Didn't live too far from me anyway. But the one thing that drove me absolutely plumb nuts wild was anytime she'd be in Fortnite or a game and I'd call or text her, she'd be like, shut up, I'm trying to concentrate. That's the one thing that really just gets my blood a pumping, you know? You're wanting to be with someone, but yet they're telling you shut the f and don't talk to them while they're in a game. I'm sorry. A game is less important than being with someone. If you're dating someone and you're with a girl and she just so happens to be a gamer, I can tell you right now that relationship ain't gonna last very long. Now, with the girl that I'm kind of with now, she's a gamer and whatnot, and she's a little bit moody and a little bit clingy, a little bit bossy every now and then. Ain't as bad as my ex. At least she is a little bit more caring and kind of cares a little bit more than what my ex did. But still, it's still nonsense. Like, right now, warehouses and stuff is double cash in GTA. I told her I'm not helping her because I technically didn't want to do any more cargo, but here I am doing it again because I'm bored and streaming at the moment. And I told her I didn't want to help her because I just didn't want to do any more crates after I've been up been doing crates almost like 36, 40 hours in a row already, I technically get burned out on it. And then she just gets a little bit moody about it. It's like, I just helped you and you need to help me. I'm like, I can't make money myself in the game and help you at the exact same time. It don't work that way. It's freaking retarded. But I can deal with that. She apologized and everything. I can deal with that. Of course, the main reason she's moody and a little bit witchy is, well, you know, that monthly thing that girls get. Well, I can tell you right now, that's the key thing that makes women moody. Second they hit that, yeah, you might as well just let them be. That for about a week. Because that's like the worst time to be around or even talk to a girl is when they are on that. Because it's really bad. Like, really bad. Because they're moody as a mother during that. Okay. Oh boy, who wants to join the crew now? Let me go look. Crews, blah 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 blah. Oh. But anywho, enough with the X's. Now on the politics. Of course, then again, the politics I'll probably just leave for a stream tomorrow evening. Because everyone's off around like 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I'm planning on doing a stream, and I'll probably do that mostly on politics. Mostly because I'm kind of getting into politics, even though I really could care less. I'm getting into politics. As much as people just absolutely hate it when someone gets in politics and starts opening their mouth and giving their 2 cents about it. I'm sorry. But as far as I'm aware, Mike Bloomberg's an absolute idiot. And Bernie Sanders is right along there with him. And I'm sure I got Democrats who are subscribed to me and they absolutely hate it every time I say anything about Trump or whatever. I don't care what your opinion is. I really don't. Keep it to yourself. But we'll finish this cargo here, and I'm probably going to go find me an RP session, so finish this cargo here, and probably go ahead and end the stream. Since I already talked about the main thing I actually want to talk about, which was X's and online dating. Now, if you're going to the one thing I want to really point out when it comes to online dating, if you're going to date someone online, do a background check on them. Make sure they ain't some witch or someone that's going to screw you over. Check the information, check it all, make sure it's legit. I ain't going to promise you that it ain't going to come all, that you're going to see it come all back legit and everything's all real. But I'm not going to tell you they ain't going to use you. Because I'd probably be lying if I said, yeah, they ain't going to use you, you're going to be just fine. I'd be lying if I told you that one. So, check everything and make sure it's going to work. And don't start getting all committed to something till after like a couple months and you know it's actually going to last. Because that month, like I said, that month to 3 months in a relationship, especially a new relationship, one that's just starting, that's a true period of how long something's going to last for you. Because it can either go really, really good or it can go really, really bad. If it goes bad in the first month, your odds of making it work are slim to none. I'm not no relationship counselor. I'm not no relationship expert. I'm just an average guy that's gone through crap for falling for girls that I thought were gonna be good. It's just one of those things. You think you're gonna get with a good girl, but in the end, you don't know. To be honest, you really don't know if the girl you're gonna get with is 100% legit or someone that's gonna rob you blind. You just really do not know. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the next one.